welcome to the Holly Meredith Show, and I so sincerely hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. We're taping this on Sunday because, you know, tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day in Seattle. Yes, Columbus has wafted his way on the oceans. Now it's Indigenous Peoples Day. For all of us who believe in Columbus Day, I'm celebrating Columbus Day. If you want to do Indigenous Peoples Day, well, you're crazy. Now let's get to some serious business in our country at the moment. As you all know by now, I cannot stand the thing that inhabits our White House. And just to put this in perspective, I'm going to call this week's show, yes, I am going to call this week's show, The Prince of Darkness in the White House. Because he is the Prince of Darkness, and he is in our White House. For a few things that I'm sure some of you do not know, or perhaps you do know already, and remember this is Sunday, I am telling you these things because as of this morning, there is a second infected Ebola patient in Dallas, Texas. Yes, one of the original healthcare workers who took care of Mr. Duncan, who has since left us and gone to wherever Mr. Duncan went. I want you to be aware of the fact that his family is trying to sue the hospital and the healthcare workers because he died. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think they had anything to do with it. They did the best they could to keep him alive, even though he didn't belong here. He lied to get here. He lied when he came into the hospital originally because one of the questions asked him was, since he was Liberian, did you have any contact with anyone who was infected before you came here? And he said no. So liar, liar, pants on fire twice. And yet his family, along with the help of Jesse Creepy Jackson, wants to sue the hospital and the healthcare workers, and you know what's coming. Now you know what's coming. And us. And us. Why, of course, us. Because all we do every goddamn day is pay every goddamn bill all over the goddamn planet for all these wasted, useless people. Time to stop that. So now you have a second Ebola patient confirmed who, by the way, had done all the CDC protective measures when she came in contact with Mr. Duncan the first time. She's one of the original people who came in contact with Mr. Duncan. So much for Tom Frieden, the head of the CDC, who looked you right in the camera eye and told you that if the proper procedures were taken, this disease would go nowhere. Uh-oh. And by the way, also this morning, in case you don't know, neither the CDC, Mr. Frieden, or Dr. Frieden as he wants to pretend he is, or anybody from the state of Texas was there to say anything about anything. I'm telling you why they're not there, because they're taking their time to get their lies together. They don't know how this person got Ebola because this person did everything correctly and still got it. And oh, by the way, there were 48 people who had come in contact with Mr. Duncan, and they were on, are you ready? Are you sitting down? Have you had your bagel yet? Because they were allowed to self-monitor themselves. Yes, they were. So now you better figure out who the 48 people talked to, where they went, and what they came in contact with. And I'm telling you now that they should burn the apartment complex that that man was in. It should be burned to the ground. And in case you're wondering if you are even remotely important to the Prince of Darkness in our White House, you are not. You are not. Because all of these terrible things that are happening to our country, where do you think he is? Why, he's at Gwyneth Paltrow's $20,000 a plate fundraiser. While she looks at him and bats her eyes and says, we need to give him all the power that he needs to do all of the things that he should be doing. Right? Wrong! Gwyneth needs a head examination. Anyway, that's what he's doing. He's out there campaigning for money while he destroys the country every day in every way. And to add to the horror story that we are now living, in case you didn't know this, which you probably didn't because your mainstream media will never tell you, our soldiers, our brave men, our guys who've been sent off to freaking horrifying Liberia to fight Ebola are not armed. I bet you didn't know that. They are not armed, which means that they get attacked by these crazy people who attack their own people. These people attack their own people because they lived 300 years in the past. They believe in witch doctors. They do incantations. They lie to the authorities. They hide the people that are sick. They do not bury them properly. And oh, by the way, the CDC came out yesterday and said that these people who have Ebola and die have to be put in hermetically sealed coffins. Do you know what that means? That means that no air can get in or outside. You can Google it for yourself. That's what hermetically sealed means. So they aren't sure at all if it's covered in air or not. They don't know. And the only way they're going to find out is if 15 or 20,000 people drop dead. So if you're telling everybody they have to be in a hermetically sealed coffin, that means exactly what I told you. Dead people are extremely contagious for at least 3 to 5 days after their death. And in Liberia and Uganda and Sierra Leone and Ghana, these people, when they die and lie and hide the dead people, which they do, their particular way of burying people is, to put it mildly, dangerous. They actually lie down with them after they're dead. They kiss them on the lips after they're dead. Now, they've been doing this for thousands of years, but that was before their dead people had Ebola. You think just possibly they might not do that, but no. They are still kissing those Ebola-infected lips. Yes, they are. And when they get up, they're just covered with Ebola. So now they're attacking their own people who come to try to find out who's sick, who died, where did you bury these people, and they lie and they hide them and they kiss them and they get sick. And then now they're trying to get on airplanes to come here. The fact that our soldiers are there alone is enough of a reason to get the Prince of Darkness out of our White House. But the fact that they don't have their guns, which means that makes them targets of these people who are indeed 500 years in the past. I'll go even further. They do not trust the authorities. They don't trust their own authorities, let alone us. They believe that everything we do is meant to get rid of them. I have another news flash for these people here in this country and in Liberia. If white people really wanted to get rid of you, you would have been gone a long time ago. Long time ago. The fact that we keep putting up with all of your rubbish is beyond belief, but we do. And we even support it. We even try to help you thrive. Why? I will never understand. But we do. So when we hear all the nonsense from Jesse Jackson telling us that he's dead, Mr. Duncan is dead because he's black. No, Mr. Duncan is dead because he's stupid. Mr. Duncan is dead because he lied. Mr. Duncan is dead because he was on a plane trying to infect God knows how many other people, and had he told the truth when he came here, he would have gotten his treatment sooner. But he lied, and he was sent home. So 4 days after he was first seen, then he came back because he was so sick, he was vomiting all over the place, and they had to do something with him. So he's sick because he's a lying piece of crap. That's why he's sick. I'm going to go on from here and give you more reasons why the Prince of Darkness in our White House is somebody that we really need to do something about. I mean, really need to do something about. Because this is not the President of the United States. Not even remotely. Getting ready to go to my break. Please come back afterward and let me educate you even more.
Hi, good morning. I'm the owner of Chopstick Chinese Restaurant. My name is Scott Alam. I'm serving Mandarin, Sichuan, Cantonese cuisine past 18 years. I'm only the Chinese restaurant who's serving the halal food from South Florida, and then we make fresh cake and everything made from scratch, so cooks in order. So please try us, and we're in downtown central location and under the dark bay of Philly. As you can see, we have a catering tonight, 100 people. Mostly we do takeout, dining, delivery, and catering too. So we have a price ranges start from $6 to in between $12 to $13. Try us. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Holly Meredith Show. I'm going to be speaking in Brooksville, Florida, and I'm going to be speaking to a group of people that are patriots and people that are bikers, whom I happen to love, all you bikers out there, and veterans. In other words, people that are patriots who want our country back to George Washington's country, where we all have freedom, out from under the thumb of the tyrant under which we now struggle. We have had 6 years of this. I want you to sit back and think just for a moment, quietly and calmly, without me ranting and raving, at which I'm very good at doing. Just think quietly and calmly of what, for the betterment of America, has this creature produced. Think of one thing. I'm counting. Keep thinking. There aren't any. We have had 6 years of a debacle, is what we have had. We have had 6 years of, ever hear anybody talk about the jobs anymore? That's stuck, because we don't have any. How can you talk about something we don't have? Last week, the stock market had a really bad week. And you know why that is? Because the stock market is hooked up with our Treasury, is hooked up with the Federal Reserve, is hooked up with our Congress. And what they do is bet against us worldwide. They bet against us, you, me, and the country. So when things aren't going swimmingly, even Germany is having some problems. Even Germany, that is the powerhouse for Europe. When things aren't going swimmingly, why all these archmasters of demonness get upset, because they're not making as much money as they usually do, while you're out there trying to figure out a way again to pay your electric bill. We have no jobs. We have a fractured country. We have the worst race relations that we have had since the Civil War, and we're about ready to have another one. We're about ready to have another one, and you know what? I can't wait. Works for me, honey. We have put up with nonsense and waste of our money and our people being killed and our policemen being killed when they're trying to do their job. And as soon as anything happens, anything at all that has to do with a white person and a black person, the black person is always an A+ student who never did anything wrong in their entire existence, and a policeman with a sterling record of 25 years turns into this gun-happy demon. Get over it. This is what is the legacy of Lyndon Baines Johnson. That's what we're living. The legacy of the Great Society. Coming up this November, you have a chance to do quite a few things. First of all, you have to go and actually vote. Is it asking too much of you to get up and go and vote? You don't even have to get dressed to do it anymore. When I was growing up, you had to get dressed. You had to get dressed. You had to show proof of whom you were. You had to show actual interest in your country. Do you think you could try that for just one day? Because actually, it's where you live. All of the things that take place that you pay no attention to affect your life. Why do you think your electric bill is 4 times what it was just a few years ago? Why do you think the price of gas has gone down about 25 to 50 cents, depending on what part of the country you're in, just before the election? Why, it's the same reason it goes up right before a holiday. Everything in our country is manipulated and controlled. Everything. Want to know what happened to the $9 billion they can't find at the Federal Reserve? Are you kidding me? They know where it is. It's in their pockets. That's where it is. Want to know what happened to the $1 billion good old Hillary Clinton can't find in the State Department? Somewhere in her pocket. These people rob us all the time, constantly, continuously, in every way. And the only chance we have may be coming up now, because if we don't stop this rot, it's just like the bad apple in the barrel, and we have a very bad apple in our White House. If we don't stop this rot, then we're done. And I know that that's hard for you to understand, but look where we are compared to where we were only 6 years ago. You have to vote. You have to never elect another Democrat in your life. Never. You have to shun Democrats, because they do not do anything for you or for the country. They do everything for themselves. Just look at these people. They're in office 3 to 4 years, and they're all multi-millionaires for things they do that you'd be in jail for. Is that what you really want in your White House? Is that what you really want in your Congress? I don't think it is. If you go and vote, we have a chance to take the Senate back. Now, I happen to believe in my heart of hearts that we really have one party, not two, because both of these parties want the same thing. They want what's best for them and their families, not what is best for you and yours. However, they have to at least give lip service. So they have to do a few things that may benefit you, maybe. If we overturn the Senate, and you have a very good chance, and don't listen to the ridiculous controlled media who keeps telling you that, oh, maybe you have a chance. It's going to be a whitewash. They know that. They're fleeting. You can't find a picture of a senator with that stupid thing with him. They won't campaign with Obama. They won't let him be anywhere near them, although they voted for all of his policies. Remind them of that when they come on like Kay Hagan does. And she says, this election is not about Obama. This election is about me. No, the election's about Obama. She voted for him every single time. And if you think for 1 second she won't carry that forward, if you put her back in office, she will. And every other senator that voted right down the line for him. They will do it again because it gives them more power. It gives them more money. It gives them more control. It gives you less. It gives you less of everything. Less money, less control, less life, less freedom. It gives them more, and more. Is that what you really want out of the most fabulous country the world has ever seen? I don't believe you do. I don't believe you do. I, Holly Meredith, I believe in America, and I believe in Americans. There has never been anything like us. There isn't anything like us now. We're not members of the freaking UN, and we don't want to be, although we pay for it. We don't want to wear the little blue helmets and be little members of the UN force. Let them go to freaking Liberia. They're the right color. You don't see them in Liberia, do you? No, you don't. But you see our brave, incredible, wonderful soldiers being exposed to a filthy, rotten, sickening disease that is caused by people who simply don't wash. I can't make that any clearer. I've tried to make it clear to you for the last 4 to 5 weeks since I did my first one. King Obama and Princess Ebola. I was right on target. You cannot make these people do the right things. They refuse. So if they refuse, here's my solution. Quarantine all 4 countries. All 4 countries. Don't let anybody in or out. Let nature sort it out. But certainly don't let them come here. Don't put our populations at risk, which the Prince of Darkness is happy to do. Don't put our soldiers, the best fighting force the world has ever seen, even better than Rome, which ruled the planet for 1,000 years. Our magnificent soldiers are being decimated every day, and now by the Prince of Darkness, he's exposing them to a fatal disease while he has them in a country fighting a virus. Fighting a virus. Once and for all, get these horrible people out of office. If it says Democrat, vote for anything else. I would vote for a golden Labrador before I would vote for a Democrat. And I'm very intelligent. In fact, I'm probably one of the most intelligent people you will ever hear speak. And on top of that, you need to pay attention. This is Holly Meredith, getting ready to go to my break. Come back. Hello, and welcome to New York Nails and Skin Salon, located on beautiful Linton Boulevard in downtown Delray Beach. This salon is open 7 days a week. Yes, 7 days. If you need the finest skincare and the finest manicures and pedicures that you can get, you want to call Linda at 561-274-7470. I want to say it to you one more time. 7 days a week. The finest skincare and nail care that you can get. Give her a call. Once again, it's New York Nails, and the number is 561-274-7470.
Hi, I'm Maria of My Clean Home home services. Been in business for 5 years now. I specialize in residential, and I also do commercial. If you need any references, I can provide that for you upon request. You can give me a call at 954-520-4282 if you have any questions. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
And welcome back to the Holly Meredith Show, now that I have your attention, and I'm sure I do. I'm asking you if you like what I'm saying, and how could you not, since I tell the truth only. If you like what I'm saying, I want you to support the people who advertise on my show. They advertise on my show, A, because they believe in my message, and B, because people who like me will like the people that are on my show, because they are also people who think the way I do. I'm also asking you, if you like my message, to subscribe to the show. It is free to you. You pay nothing. But it allows me to grow my audience. And the more my audience grows, the stronger my ability to get more and more people aware of what is actually going on in our country. It is the best possible way for you to have an active participating voice. The best possible way. You can post your comments. You can send me information. Many of the people who like what I say send me information all the time, every day. I get lots of information from very patriotic people around the world, actually. Some of them live in other countries. They have been there, done that, and they don't want to see it repeated. That's why they come here. They come here because they've lived through what this Prince of Darkness is trying to turn our country into, and they don't want it. They don't want it. If we keep on the way we're going, even the illegal Mexicans won't want to come here. And on that, something else that I know you don't know. We give that horrifying country millions of dollars in foreign aid every year, and we've been doing it for a long, long time. Meanwhile, another week has gone by when our Marine Andrew Tamaresi is still sitting in their piss pot jail. It has just come to my attention, and it can come to yours if you don't believe me and want to Google it, although I only tell the truth, that the Prince of Darkness is permitting the Mexican government, get ready for this, to send money to the attorneys here that are going to try and defend all of these illegal aliens in court. They are taking money that we send them. Remember, the millions of dollars in foreign aid that we send them every year, that's your taxpayer money. Well, now the Mexican government is using your taxpayer money to pay the bills here for illegal aliens' legal charges to stay here. Like that? So you're really being charged already to let these horrifying people be allowed to remain here. Is that what you think should be going on with foreign aid? Because it's not even legal. But they're doing it anyway because the Prince of Darkness wants it that way. The Prince of Darkness is tweaking our Constitution every single moment. Not in favor of the country. Not in favor of freedom. Not in favor of you. The Prince of Darkness is called the Prince of Darkness for a reason, or he wouldn't be called the Prince of Darkness. The next time you take a good look at that sucker, I want you to really look at it. I mean, look at it. Look at it and listen to it, which, by the way, it's almost impossible for me to do physically. I want to throw up. Every time I even hear his name, I want to throw up. But take a second and just look and listen. You will see right in front of you, if you really look and listen, you will see a pictorial of a demon from hell. That's what you are looking at. And that is what we have in our White House. How much longer are you going to countenance this? How much longer, because of his color, are you going to allow him to remain in our White House? He is not our friend. He is most certainly our enemy. He is a diabolical foe, whom, had he been white, would never have been elected to begin with, was not born in this country, or because if he had been, and if he was a stellar student beyond everybody else, non-pariah, there's a good word for you, non-pariah, which means superior above all, which is what your idiots tell you, then he would be putting his records out for the world to see. You would be able to see his educational records, which are sealed and blocked. You would be able to see his birth records, which you're not allowed to see. So obviously, as I've tried to tell you before, he just tried to choke me, that's why I wasn't able to speak. Obviously, as I've tried to say before, if there was something of value in all of these records that he could, old Princey, actually use to help himself, he would be doing that. The bottom line is he is a supreme fake in every way. And like all fakes, eventually he will be caught out. Eventually. But we don't have any more time to waste. So I'm asking you to subscribe to my show, support the people that are on my show, come to Brooksville, come there, and I'm going to put all that information out on my site for you to see, and you will have a memorable day in America. This is Holly Meredith. Please come back next week so you can really be educated.
Hi, welcome to Muscle Beach, located at 501 East Atlantic Avenue, Delray Beach. We'd like you to join us for some of the finest, hand-picked, shipped daily Prince Edward Island mussels, along with the freshest seafood Delray has to offer.
Hello, good morning. I'm Ray Flo. This is my storage, Lake Worth Storage. We've been here, I guess, about 8 years. It's been great. Love Florida, love the storage business. I was meant for this business. Come with me, we'll go inside. And here's the fantastic staff. Mr. Josh runs it. Hello, Josh.
Hello.
And the quiet one, look here, Marge. Look this way. Look this way. There you go. All right. So, well, there is a lot to run in the storage. There is no silver bullet to make it successful. We've been very successful. So, you got to have a few things. You know, you got to have, of course, the price has got to be right. You got to have a nice staff, congenial people. We have that. Place has to be clean. We have that. And we have to treat people with dignity and very nicely, and we do that. So we've got, you know, the price, the staff. We've been here a long time. We got a good record. Above all, though, it really should be secure. And we have very little problems with that here. We're very secure. We've got 14 cameras there and some more here. So, yeah, we're set for the public. We're set up. Excellent.
Hi there, I'm Annie from Addictions Clothing. Welcome to my store. I have been in business many years. I have an eclectic variety of clothing for all sizes, all ages. We are moderately priced and we're currently in our annual sale. We would hope that you come and find lots of goodies because you won't be able to beat our prices. They're unbelievable. And our hours are from 10 to 4, Tuesday through Friday, or Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 4. And this is Nicholas. He works here on Wednesdays. He has good times with the customers and he entertains the customers as well.